Chosen one, stop right here. Don't scroll. Don't let your mind rush ahead. This moment is not random, and you are not listening by accident. There is a reason this message reached you when it did, because heaven is speaking directly to your situation. People looked at you and decided your story was over. They watched you struggle, saw the delays, noticed the silence, and quietly concluded, that's it, they're finished. But what they failed to understand is that God never ends a story in the middle of a process. What looked like your ending was actually the moment God stepped in and said, watch what I do next. They misread your silence as weakness. They thought because you stopped explaining yourself, you had nothing left to say. They assumed that because you weren't fighting back, you had given up. But chosen one, your quiet season was not surrender, it was strategy. God was teaching you how to stand without defending yourself, how to trust Him without needing validation, how to move without announcing every step. While people were talking, heaven was working. Some of you were misunderstood on purpose. God allowed people to see you through their own broken lenses so He could reveal who you truly are at the right time. They judged you by a season you were never meant to stay in. They labeled you by a moment of weakness instead of the strength that was forming inside you. But God says their words do not define you. Their opinions do not cancel your calling. Their assumptions do not alter heaven's plan. Chosen one, the reason it hurt so deeply is because it came from people you trusted. You expected support and received silence. You hoped for encouragement and met doubt. You gave loyalty and were repaid with distance. And in that pain, you asked God questions you never said out loud. You wondered if you had missed it. You questioned if you were truly chosen. But God heard every silent prayer, every tear that fell when no one was watching. Every night you stayed strong for others while breaking inside yourself. What they didn't see was God strengthening you in the hidden place. They didn't see the discipline He was building in you, the wisdom He was depositing, the humility He was shaping. They didn't see you choosing forgiveness when revenge felt easier. They didn't see you choosing faith when quitting felt logical. They didn't see the spiritual muscles being formed under pressure. They only saw the surface, but God was working in the depths. Chosen one, understand this clearly. God often removes the spotlight before He releases the promotion. He will strip away applause so you don't depend on it. He will take you through isolation so you learn to hear His voice above all others. This season was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to prepare you for what you cannot handle the same way you once did. If God had elevated you earlier, it would have crushed you. If He had answered sooner, you would have relied on the blessing instead of the one who blesses. They thought you were falling behind, but God says you were being set apart. They thought you were losing ground, but heaven says you were gaining strength. You weren't buried, you were planted. And planted things don't look impressive at first, but they are alive, growing, and unstoppable once the time is right. Chosen one, stop replaying their words in your mind. Stop measuring your worth by how people treated you in a low season. People will always speak from what they can see, but God moves from what He has already ordained. Your delay was not denial. Your struggle was not disqualification. Your pain was not wasted. Every tear watered the ground of your breakthrough. This is the part where faith must rise. This is the moment you stop explaining your process and start trusting God's timing. You don't need to convince anyone of what God promised you. You don't need to chase people who walked away. When God moves next, He will do it in a way that cannot be questioned, manipulated, or reversed. Your life will speak louder than your defense ever could. Chosen one, heaven is not finished with you. God is not reconsidering His decision. What He began, He will complete. And the same people who thought you were done will soon realize they were watching the wrong chapter. Stay alert, stay humble, stay faithful, because God is about to show them, and you, what happens when He steps in and says, watch what I do next. Chosen one, let this sink deep into your spirit. God does His most powerful work in seasons that look empty to the human eye. When nothing around you seemed to be moving, When progress felt slow and prayers felt unanswered, heaven was still active. While people assumed you were stuck, God was aligning events, people, and timing in ways you could not yet see. What felt like a pause was actually a setup. You must understand this truth if you want peace in this season. God never wastes a waiting period. Every delay has an assignment attached to it. Every closed door has a lesson hidden inside. And every tear you shed carried information that shaped who you are becoming. The reason you were not rushed forward is because God was refining your heart, not just preparing your position. He was making sure you could sustain what is coming without losing yourself in it. Chosen one, you survived moments that should have broken you completely. There were days you woke up tired before the day even began. Nights where your mind wouldn't rest, replaying conversations, losses, and unanswered questions. Yet somehow you kept going, you kept showing up, you kept praying even when your faith felt small. That endurance did not come from you alone. It was God holding you up when you had no strength left. While others were busy judging your journey, God was measuring your obedience. While they counted how many times you fell, God counted how many times you got back up. Heaven was not impressed by your speed, it was moved by your faithfulness. You didn't quit when quitting made sense. You didn't harden your heart when bitterness knocked. You didn't walk away from God even when you didn't understand Him. And that matters more than you realize. Chosen one, the enemy celebrated too soon. He thought discouragement would silence you. He thought delay would make you doubt your calling. He thought isolation would make you feel forgotten. But instead, God used every attack as training. What was meant to weaken you actually sharpened you. What was meant to stop you forced you to grow. And now, the very pressure that tried to crush you has prepared you to stand stronger than before. God is about to shift how people see you, but more importantly, He has already shifted how you see yourself. You are no longer desperate for approval. You are no longer chasing validation. You are no longer moved by opinions the way you once were. That inner change is proof that growth has already happened. External change is coming next. Chosen one, hear this carefully. Your comeback will not look like revenge. It will look like grace. God is not lifting you so you can point fingers or prove people wrong. He is lifting you so His glory can be seen through your life. That is why what's coming will be lasting and protected. God does not bless chaos, He blesses alignment. Some of you lost people in this season, and it still hurts. But God is saying those losses were not punishment, they were protection. Not everyone who starts with you is meant to arrive with you. Some people were only assigned to a chapter, not the whole book. God removed them because they would not have celebrated your next level, or worse, they would have distracted you from it. Others lost opportunities that felt perfect at the time. You wondered why God would allow something so promising to fall apart. But God saw what you couldn't. He knew that door would have limited you, not elevated you. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection towards something greater. Chosen one, your life is about to be evidence that God still restores, that He still redeems time, that He still raises people up after long seasons of silence. The narrative is about to change. Where there was confusion, clarity is coming. Where there was heaviness, joy will return. Where there was lack, provision will flow. You may feel pressure right now, but pressure is a sign that something is being formed. You may feel resistance, but resistance confirms that movement is near. You may feel tired, but exhaustion often shows up right before breakthrough. Do not interpret these signs as failure. They are labor pains, not loss. Chosen one, stay steady, stay prayerful, stay grounded. You are closer than you think. God is not behind schedule. Heaven has not forgotten your name. What is unfolding now will make sense soon, and when it does, you will realize that every step, every delay, and every tear was part of a divine plan that could not have happened any other way. Give me 1,000 word for section 3 without heading. Chosen one, this is the moment where clarity must replace confusion. What God is about to do in your life will require discernment, discipline, and deep trust. The instruction for this season is simple, But it is not easy. Do not move ahead of God, and do not look back at people. The temptation will be to rush, to explain, to prove that you were right all along. But God says your silence will speak louder than your words ever could. You are stepping into a season where obedience matters more than effort. You don't need to force doors open or chase what is meant for you. What God has ordained will come to you at the right time, in the right way, without confusion. Your responsibility is to stay aligned, not anxious. Anxiety pulls you into the future before God releases it. Alignment keeps you grounded in His timing. Chosen one, guard your spirit carefully. Not everyone needs access to what God is doing in you right now. Some people will sense the shift before they see it, and their words, whether positive or negative, can interfere with your focus. This is not a season to seek opinions, it is a season to seek God. The quieter you become, the clearer His voice will be. God says, be still but be ready. Still enough not to panic, ready enough to move when He says move, still enough not to react emotionally, ready enough to obey immediately. This balance is what protects the blessing. Many people lose what God gives because they move too soon or speak too much. You will not make that mistake. Chosen one, the next season will restore parts of you that you thought were permanently damaged. Your confidence will return, but it will be rooted in God, not ego. Your joy will return, but it will be deeper and more stable than before. Your sense of purpose will return, but this time you will walk in it with humility and wisdom. You will no longer feel the need to announce who you are. You will simply be who God called you to be. God is not just giving you back what was taken, He is giving you more than you had before. He is redeeming time. He is healing wounds you learned to live with. He is closing cycles that kept you stuck emotionally and spiritually. What is coming will feel unfamiliar, not because it is wrong, but because you have outgrown your old normal. Chosen one, remember this truth: when doubt tries to return, delay is not denial. Silence is not absence. Waiting is not weakness. Waiting is training. In the waiting, God taught you patience. In the silence, He taught you discernment. In the delay, He taught you dependence on Him rather than on outcomes. These lessons are the foundation of what is coming next. There will be moments soon where you will look back and realize that God was protecting you all along. He was shielding you from premature exposure. He was saving you from relationships that would have drained you. He was preventing shortcuts that would have cost you peace. What felt like God holding you back was actually God holding you together. Chosen one, lift your head. You don't walk in shame anymore. That chapter is closed. You don't walk in fear anymore. That lesson has been learned. You don't walk in confusion anymore. Clarity is coming. The season ahead will require courage, but not the desperate kind. It will require faith, but not blind faith. It will require action, but guided action. God is about to do something that will leave no doubt that His hand is on your life. People will look at your journey and realize that it could not have happened by chance. They will see consistency where there was once chaos, peace where there was once pain, strength where there was once struggle. And you will know it was not because you fought harder, but because you trusted deeper. Chosen one, do not shrink back now. You have come too far to stop short. Stay humble when doors open. Stay prayerful when favor increases. Stay grounded when recognition comes. God's elevation does not remove your need for Him, it increases it. And as long as you stay close to Him, what He is about to release will remain secure. If your spirit recognizes this word, receive it fully. Let it settle in you. Walk forward without fear. Heaven has already gone ahead of you. The next chapter is not something you have to chase. It is something you are stepping into, led by God Himself. And when it unfolds, you will finally understand why it had to happen this way.